Breaking news. After nationwide protests this past weekend, the imaginary king of America has been deposed, and Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States. So, congratulations, I guess? Hi, y'all. I'm Herschel, and welcome to the Bluegrass Patriot channel. Now, I thought we had solved the issue of kings in America in 1776, but apparently the Democrats didn't get the memo. But I'm not really sure that's what this protest was really about. Because if you looked at the signs they had, the way they were acting, the way they spoke, it was really just a testament to their hatred for America and for anyone who does not believe in their point of view. And it was a little alarming at how many people actually turned out to these events. New York was so disorganized it kind of fizzled out, thankfully. But in other places like Atlanta, Chicago, Portland, LA, Phoenix, they had a quite large number of people. In Chicago, Pritzker got in front of the crowd and spewed his normal bull anti-American violence promoting rhetoric. And then they all took to the streets. Luckily for us, it was mostly peaceful. We did see some issues arise in Portland and LA, but due to rain, Portland kind of fizzled out later in the night, and LAPD declared a dispersal order and promptly cleared the streets of the protesters. I was happy to see, however, that LAPD and the Illinois State Police were doing their jobs and protecting the ICE facilities where most of these protests ended up. But in Portland PD was nowhere to be found. The only time I saw them on the ground was when a conservative protester was assaulted and they showed up and arrested her. This is a growing problem because when you have people like Pritzker getting up there and the mayor of Chicago giving these stand down orders to local law enforcement not to assist, not to help, not to interfere, you really have to ask the question, why aren't these people being charged with obstruction? At the very least. Because at this point, this is an insurrection. They are actively working against the federal government, who's just trying to enforce the law. And I think it's past time that Donald Trump declare it an insurrection. It's not safe. We see the ICE facilities getting attacked. We see our federal agents getting attacked. And we see government officials promoting it and encouraging it. If that's not an insurrection, then what is? Not only that, they're keeping the government shut down right now. And that alone is a whole nother can of worms because this Schumer shutdown on the surface looks like holding the government hostage to provide free health care for illegal aliens. But what we're really watching right now is a power struggle within the Democratic Party. Schumer and Jeffries are the old guard. And they're getting forced out by the far left separatists like AOC, Mamdani, Sanders, in favor of a socialist communist Democratic Party, which isn't democratic at all. And that's what I think the shutdown is really about. Now, they did want to keep it shut down long enough so that they could get this No Kings protest under their belt, because it was just more ammo for them to take to the streets and blame Trump for the shutdown. When we all know that is not the case. The Democrats have deluded themselves into thinking that we are living under some sort of tyranny from an imaginary king, and they fail to look at their own party in the mirror. We weren't the party that appointed a presidential candidate with 0 votes. We weren't the party that shut down effectively the entire country for COVID. We weren't the party that forced vaccinations. So who's really acting tyrannical here, if you break it down? I think the reason the Democrats are so confused is that Trump is actually doing stuff as president. He's gotten more done since the start of this term than any of the last 7 presidents combined. He's keeping his campaign promises. He is going to work for the American people every day. He has ended multiple wars. Including the Middle East. Now, I don't think the conflict in the Middle East is over, but I do believe that the end is the closest it's ever been. But the Democrats just aren't used to seeing a president do his job. And if Democrats are truly looking for tyranny, they really just need to take a hard look at themselves. And the truth is, from the shutdown to the No Kings protest to the attacks on ICE facilities, we're witnessing the world's biggest temper tantrum. Because America decided which direction we wanted to go, and it wasn't theirs. Now, in Kentucky, if a brat's throwing a temper tantrum, they earn themselves a trip to the woodshed. And right now, these Democrats are looking for a whooping. And if they're not careful, they're going to get one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.